All right, you all set?
Yeah, I guess.
That's good. That's gonna get. All right, let me get. Let's go back in time.
Okay.
So, 90 years is a long time.
90 years
90
is a
years.
long time.
So on my way over here, I'm thinking about current events. I'm thinking about what you've lived through, what you've seen, how the world has changed in 90 years.
Oh, yes.
Starting with the Depression, right?
Depression.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't remember too much about that because I was little. Born May 9th, 1933. So I don't even know when the Depression ended. But we're still going through one now. The prices of everything.
What was bread or milk whenever you were?
A loaf of bread was 18 cents. Eggs were like, I don't know, 15 cents a dozen or whatever. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you could live comfortably on $10,000 a year. You could. And now it takes 100,000, 200,000 to live comfortably.
So when you say 10,000, that's as a family, right? Because
that's family, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we lived for a while on welfare, and we never starved. We didn't have a lot, and we didn't have steaks, right, but we had food, and we did the best we could at that time. This was when I was like 5 years old. My father had passed away, and my grandmother was on welfare, and then my mother lost her business. She was a beautician. My father had a beauty operator license, and he had beauty shop and a barber shop combination. And after my mother was widowed at 24 years old, so 25 years old, so she couldn't handle it, So she lost the business, so she went to live with my grandmother, with her mother. So everybody was on welfare. And so finally I graduated from high school. And I got a job. So I gave her all my money, And so anyway, I met my husband in high school. And
how did that occur?
My cousin, John Gibbons, who was living with us, and I was only 16 then. And so he came to pick up my cousin. They were going to go somewhere, and we were introduced, and so he said, "Oh, she's cute." I remember that. Yeah, I heard him say that. Yeah, and so that's history there. That lasted 4 years before we got married, and then 63 years after, to his death. We'd have been still married, I'm sure. But so through high school, and then I worked at Alice Chalmers, and they taught me key punching. They had called the school, and they wanted someone who was taking typing. So they called me and said, "Do you want to interview at Alice Chalmers for key punching. And I said, I don't know how to do that. And they said, well, we'll teach you the machine as long as you can type, you know. So I said, okay. So I went down and I typed, and it was hard. So that's where I was for until I got married and got pregnant. And but it took a while because my husband had to go overseas. So he was in Korea for a while, for over a year. We were supposed to be married in May, around my birthday. And his mother and dad, well, it was his dad, poo-pooed the whole thing for some reason or other. They knew that he was going to go to service because he was drafted. He didn't volunteer. And we thought if we got married and I saved the allotment, when he came home, we'd have something to build on, you know? So we didn't get married in May. We ended up getting married in August because he said, the heck with them, and we're getting married, right? So he came home. We only had a week getting married, and we went to Erie for our honeymoon.
So your wedding, was it extravagant? Was it more low-key kind of thing?
Very low-key. It was at the Italian Sons and Daughters of America on North Side. When it was that, I don't even know if it is that anymore. And we had a DJ. We did a little dancing, and you know, a nice dinner.
Drinking?
No drinking. And I mean, it was very low key, really. After that, he went overseas to Korea, and he was in artillery, and he wanted to go with his buddies. They were going to go up in the front. And he said, no, I have to go with my buddies. But the sergeant there, his name was Gil Gold. And John knew how to type. And he needed a typist. So he asked him, he said, no, I have to go. And he says, no, wouldn't you rather stay here and play basketball and take showers? And so he said, yeah. So he talked him into it. So from there, he came home. I met him in Philadelphia, which was funny. At the time, I had long hair, and my uncle wanted me to go to a beauty display or something. So they cut my hair and fixed it, and, you know. So when I met him, I was supposed to go. There's two train stations in Philadelphia. I didn't know that. When he ended up, he was in one and I was in another. When we finally got together, he didn't recognize me because I had short hair. I had on a long coat and a hat, believe it or not.
Wow.
So we passed each other a million times. Really? Because he had probably lost 30 pounds, yeah. You know, because coming back, he came over on a boat and he threw up the whole time.
Oh,
I know.
So you were both
I know. Yeah. So we didn't know each other. But we finally did get together. And
so how long did you have to go without seeing him?
Without seeing him?
Yeah.
It was it was only over a year. It was like 13, 14 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah. But he came home on January. I remember he was home in January. But he left in the fall, like after we were married. Yeah.
Right. What was the transition from
when he came home?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we had money saved, mm-hmm. And we found an apartment. It was a third floor apartment, and we bought furniture, some of which I still have. And apparently, I got pregnant immediately because he came home in January, And Carol was born in October.
Yeah.
So, we were ready to go,
Right.
as it would
Yeah.
say, and had her right away. And so we lived on the third floor there for a while. John went to school to electronics and stuff, and he found a job with a place in Butler. And so that's when we moved from the apartment to a house in Butler. It was a cute little place. And but the only thing is, I got pregnant again before we had left to go to the house. And John was working, and I had miscarriage. So it was a boy. And I don't know, the doctor said that it wouldn't have lasted. There was something wrong. But anyway, 3 months later, I got pregnant with Gracie. And it wasn't hard for me to get pregnant at all.
Like it, yeah.
Evidently. And so there's Grace now. So then the house was sold under us. We had no idea. So we had to move. So he was still working in Butler, so we got an apartment. And we got it all fixed up, painted, and, all that. I was still pregnant. He was laid off. So we moved in with my mother and Jim and Frank and a boxer dog. There were 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And so we took over one. We had a full bed, twin bed, and a crib in the room. And then Jim and Grandma Grace and the boxer dog stayed in the other bedroom, and Frank had to sleep on the couch. So that's what we did for quite a while.
Yeah.
And Gracie was born. John was caddying because he was laid off. He was caddying for money. He got some money from, being laid off. What do they call it? I forget. Unemployment, yeah. Got a little bit of that. And we helped with the like electric and gas and utilities and some of the food and stuff like that for payment, to stay there.
Yeah.
And then finally he was offered a job at Picker.
What's been your favorite age so far? Like, what's your favorite 10 years? Like 50s, 60s? What was your favorite age so far?
40s, actually.
40s?
40s. Way back in 40s, because my husband and I were in really good shape. And we had my daughter's wedding. And then in the 50s, I guess it was my other daughters. I can't remember. I do remember their weddings, how beautiful they were. They were gorgeous, yeah, both of them. And I remember going for the gowns with my daughters. And how lovely they were, And I remember with my daughter Grace that when she came out with her veil on, I cried. Whenever we were just choosing. But anyway, 40s were good, 50s were good.
What was it like becoming a grandparent? 4 kids under 4.
4 kids under 4.
I know that she relied on you a lot. So like, what did you do for her? Like,
Well,
her
her husband took a nighttime job so that he could help, and when he went to work, I was working, but I would come over. It was about 5 o'clock to help her in any way I could.
Every day? Every day?
Almost every day of the week, yeah. Weekends, mostly. And so that she could go shopping or take a shower or do something she needed to do. So I would watch the kids. And I did that for a good while. And then she started to work mornings. And while her husband was home. And I remember going over the one time, and there was Katie again. She was acting up. And I remember picking her up and slamming her down on the couch and saying, just sit there. You know, I didn't want her to do anything else. And later, as they got older and could wreck the house, and I would come in, they called me Grandma Hoover. I remember I'd say, if you want that was on the floor, if you want that, you better pick it up, because otherwise it's gone, you know. But still, they were fun. It was fun. You know, we'd play, we'd do stuff. We'd play games, whatever. And, but Carol did have her hands full. That was a lot. And to this day, to this day, she has her hands full. Now she's dealing with her grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. So that makes a difference. But she's loving it. They're wonderful kids, and funny, and different, and yeah, it starts all over again.
So, speaking of starting all over again, so John and I were born in 1985, and then there was this gap of...
Yeah.
Until Nicholas was born.
Born.
So do you have any memories of Grace having her hands full, her husband being on the road a lot, right?
Right. Well, she had difficulty as well as Carol did. And so she had Nicholas, and he was almost 4 years old before she got pregnant with Anthony. And I can remember taking care of Nicholas. Gracie went back to work for a little while, and he was a good baby, and he didn't give me any trouble. And we would sit in the little family room, and I would feed him, and he would sleep, and that was it. I mean, he was just good, you know. Now, Anthony was a different story. He wouldn't eat. It would take him 3 hours to eat a bottle, and then it was time for another bottle. So it was just constant. And he wouldn't sleep at night. So I remember Gracie and I taking turns overnight, because that's the way it would be. 3 hours, 3 hours. And he's to this day, he's a picky eater. Very. So.
Yeah, didn't grow out of it.
He didn't grow out of it, never. But, yeah. But those are my memories of the little ones. Yeah. Good memories.
So what What gives you strength? Like what keeps you going? Like after losing him, like
because I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's what
Right.
other choice do I have?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I talk to him every day. That's why I have pictures of him in every room. Talk to him directly, you know. And yeah, sometimes he answers. Yeah, whenever he would pass me, like if we were sitting in the living room, he would sit on the love seat, I sit in a chair for some reason or other. And I'd have my foot up on a stool. And when he'd go to get something, and he'd hit my foot. And so many times, I feel that, you know? I have my feet up and all of a sudden my foot goes. And just weird stuff that he would do and touch me in some way that I would feel the touch on my shoulder, on my head, you know. And so I know he's there somewhere. So that's why I talk to him. Help me, you know. That's what it mostly is. Come on, I know you can't help me, but if you could, will you, please? You know?
What are you the most proud of?
My kids.
That was fast.
I know. And my kids, my grandkids, and now my great-grandkids. I mean, what else is there for a woman? I mean, really. You know? Other than having a happy marriage, I can't think of anything else. I wouldn't have done anything differently.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Any regrets?
No regrets. No regrets.
Not a one.
Not a one. Not a one. Maybe it would have been nice to have more money when we first got married and stuff, you know. But we made it through. You always do with little. And we enjoyed our lives together. We went a lot of places. We did a lot of things. But no, other than not ever liking my house, but making do, yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. Yeah.
So 90 years from now, when somebody's watching this video,
yeah,
how do you want to be remembered by them?
Well, I hope I never hurt anyone or, you know, made fun of them or made them feel bad in any way. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't know what'll happen between now and when I'm gone. If I'm senile, who knows what'll happen, you know? I know. But for now, yeah, I just hope I never hurt anyone in my lifetime. And that I was kind and nobody ever hated me. Yeah.
It's probably safe to say.
Yeah. In 90 years from now, that's how I want to be remembered, that I was pleasant and I was a good person, I hope.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream. that he kept here. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like a north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song.
Who is your favorite grandkid?
Speak up.
Who's your favorite grandkid?
My favorite grandkid? I have no favorite. It was Joe and Pauline Mancuso. How do I remember that? I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry. You have to, don't use that. No, I'm sorry. I just have to say that.
Minds, but they can't change me. I've got a dream, I've got a dream. Oh, I know I could share it if you want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by.
Donna Marie, I've known you since I've been 12 years old. You were 19. Now look at us. But through all these years, I want to thank you for the caring and love you've given to me and our whole family. I know my brother John loved you very much, and I do too. Happy 90th birthday, and I hope you have many more pain-free years ahead.
Hi, Aunt Donna. Just wanted to wish you a very, very happy 90th birthday. Hope you know how special you are to me and to everyone that knows you. Hope you have a wonderful day and a very happy year ahead. I love you.
Zia Donna, mamma mia, 90 anni. Tanti auguri di buon compleanno e tanti di più. Ti voglio molto bene. Dio ti benedica e salud.
Happy 90th birthday, Donna. You're such a special person, and I've enjoyed our time as neighbors. If I had to pick a new neighbor, I'd pick you. Good luck on your new venture, and enjoy.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Wish we were there with you. I hope you have a great day. We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Hey Mina, it's your favorite grandson and godson. Just wanted to wish you the happiest of 90th birthdays. Hoping for 90 more. Love you.
Happy birthday, Mom, too. God bless you. You made it. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful birthday. Can't wait to celebrate with you at your party. And I want to thank you for all the good times, and especially for all the best hugs I ever had. Love you.
Happy 90th birthday, Donna. From Sandy and Mike and Kristen and Josh.
Josh and I are so sorry that we can't be there today to celebrate with you, but thank you for always treating us like family.
We hope you know how much you mean to all of us.
We love you.
Mwah. Mwah.
Happy birthday, Donna, to my beautiful cousin. I would just like to say a few words that I have about you. First of all, you really can't be 90 because you're way too cute, funny, smart, and talented. And believe me, there's a lot of people here that are a lot younger than you that aren't that good. But you still remain that same way you've always been. And so, okay, if you have to be 90, there's only one way I can look at it. That all your life, you've been like a perfect 10. And so, now you're just 9 times more that. Now that ever since I was a little girl, I remember that you and John would watch me, and I'd look up at the both of you, and I'd think you were movie stars instead of my cousins. And especially when I got to be your little flower girl at your wedding, I was so thrilled. You were always my idol, always somebody to look up to. And the two of you did look like a royal couple to me, even before I knew what that was. And now that I do, you're still the best looking royal couple I've ever seen. Come on, look at this. I know everybody's seen this picture and you all agree. Definitely a royal couple. But not just because you two are so beautiful and handsome together. It was also that way in your hearts. And you're the only person I think anybody knows that could send us all a birthday card, and it would always get to us the same day it was our real birthday. Sometimes even before we blew out our candles, your card would come. And it was like magic, because your love was like magic, and you always touched our hearts. And when you saw those cards coming, there was nobody else that was ahead of you. There's no way to describe how much you've influenced me and everyone else with your kindness, your love, and example. And I just want to thank you for being my shiny movie star and showing me how it's done. I love you so much. Have a wonderful birthday.
Happy birthday to you. It is amazing that you're 90 years old, and that is quite a milestone for anyone to be able to experience. I doubt I'll make it that far. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about one thing that is very special about you to me. And that is, as soon as we met, it was like you automatically accepted me and loved me for who I am, not for any other reason. The Apostle Paul talks about the 3 great virtues, faith, hope, and charity, and I think you are a living example of those virtues, and the greatest being charity, because you have an unconditional love for all around you. You show it, you live it, you reflect it in all that you do. And I'm so proud to be called your cousin, even if it's not by blood. It's still a great pleasure to me to have you in my life, and just have a great one.
Hey Grandma, it's Nicholas. I wanted to wish you a happy 90th birthday. I really wish I could be there, but I want to send you all the loves and kisses that I can. You've been the rock of the family for my entire life, always been the focal point between our entire family, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, and that's a testament to your 90 years that you've been able to keep this family so close throughout that entire time, and I really appreciate it, and I know that it's only going to become stronger and better with you now living at our place. So I know Toby's already taken a liking to you, and I know you like him back and love him back. So just make sure to only give him a little bit of human food, please. I know you like to give him human food, but we're gonna spoil him if we keep giving him more food. So I'll make it up to you. Whenever I get back, I'll use the grill to cook a nice steak dinner my first night back, and I'll let you give Toby some of the steak that I cook. So I love you. I miss you. I miss the whole family. I can't wait to be back soon, and I'll make sure to give you a big hug whenever I get back. Happy 90th birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mina. Happy birthday to you. Happy 90th birthday, Mina. We love you.